Okay, the problem statement is something like this. See, I have air, there's a fluid, air is flowing over a flat plate. Okay, air is flowing over a flat plate. Maybe if you look at the properties of the air, so the properties of the air, we have around rho is equal to 1.23 kg per meter cube, and your kinematic viscosity 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meters square per second. Okay, so the speed with which the air is flowing, that is the free stream velocity. The free stream velocity is 15 okay, 15 meters per second. Okay, now some at a distance of maybe it's a flat plate, so at a distance of maybe take around 1 meter, at a distance of 1 meter from the leading edge. Leading edge. Calculate the boundary layer thickness. The boundary layer thickness and the wall shear stress and wall shear stress. Okay, this is they're based on the two conditions. Okay, this is I'm trying to calculate based on two conditions. One is when the flow is completely laminar. If it is a laminar flow, then second one is it is completely turbulent. It is completely turbulent flow. So maybe if I consider uh, the velocity profile to be of 1/7 power or something, 1/7 law velocity profile. Okay, 1/7 law velocity profile. Okay, now anyhow, what is given the solution? If you try to find the solutions for it, so they're given the density as 1.23 kg per meter cube. Your kinematic viscosity as 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter square per second, and the velocity as 15 meters per second. Okay, so if I go with the first case, that is a purely, if it is purely a laminar case. Okay, if it is a laminar flow, if it is a laminar flow, you know that delta is given by it. It's already we have derived this particular equation, and already we know this particular condition. So delta is given by 5.48 times of x divided by square root of Rex. Okay, and then your wall shear stress is given by mu into du by dy at y is equal to 0. So this is what we have actually. Okay, this is what we have. Now let's find the Reynolds number first. Okay, what is Reynolds number? Reynolds number is equal to your v into that x divided by nu, or rho v x by mu, whatever it may be. So here they are given the new kinematic viscosity. I'll just go it. So 15 into 1 divided by 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 5. If I substitute in my calculator, I am getting around 10 into 10 to the power of 5 or 1 into 10 to the power of 6. 1 into 10 to the power of 6. So this is my laminar. So this is the Reynolds number actually. Okay, this is the Reynolds number. So if you look at it actually, we have some threshold number where if the Reynolds number is greater than 5 into 10 to the power of 5, we tell that it is pure, there is a transition to turbulent. So anything less than 5 into 10 to the power of 5, it is laminar. Anything more than 5 into 10 to the power of 5, it is turbulent. Even though from the Reynolds number, we are getting this value to be around more than, so this is greater than 5 into 10 to the power of 5. So which clearly shows that this is a turbulent flow. Okay. Now, if I want to be less than laminar, so if I want it to be a laminar flow, there should be a drop in my velocity or any of the fluid property. The best possible thing is that I need to do this actually. So I need to assume some number. So 5 into less than 5 into 10 to the power of 5 as per Reynolds number. Okay. So if I take some Reynolds number is equal to some 4.5 into 10 to the power of 5. Okay. 4.5 into 10 to the power of 5 is equal to, so velocity what I want into your distance x divided by 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 5. Okay. So if I try to do this 4.5 into 10 to the power of 5, okay, so this it will be only 4.5 into 1.5. Okay, 4.5 into 1.5 divided by 1. So the velocity should be around 6.75. So this should be my velocity. If I want it to be a completely, see this is for laminar. If I want it to be completely laminar flow, completely laminar, because 5 into 10 to the power of 5, if I assume that is where the transition takes place. So I should be able to take some value less than this 5 into 10 to the power of 5 to show that, so 6.75, if I want to take this particular flow to be completely laminar, so the velocity should be around 6.75 or 7 meters per second, so that my Reynolds number is less than the threshold number. Okay, for this condition, I'll try to find the delta. So delta is given by 5.48 into x is 1.
Sir,
Yeah,
in
tell me.
exam, can we take 4 also or 3.5 like that also? Or
Yes, you
should
can
we
take
take
it. You can take it.
4.7?
No, 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 no. Anything, anything. See, it should be less than 5 into 10 to the power of 5 is the transition threshold
Okay.
number.
Yeah.
So I can take any number less than that. So don't go to so low that your velocity is around 0.5 and all. But still, it's
Okay.
correct. It's not an issue. But assume some number which is slow, slightly less than 5 into 10 to the power of 5.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. 5 into 10 to the power of 5 square root of square root of. So I'll go with 4.5 into 10 to the power of 5. So I'll find the delta. So I'll find the delta. So just find the delta and tell me what the number. One of you just take your calculator and tell me. Rather me telling all the things, let me check that how you people are going.
8.17 into 10 power 17 into 10
8.17
power
into
minus 3.
10 to the power of minus 3. Okay. That means roughly around 8.2 millimeters. Okay. Suppose if it have gone with a delta is equal to with a value of 1 into 10 to the power of 6, I would have got a less than this 8 mm. Okay, I would have got a less than this particular. So it will be around 5 or something. Okay. Now how to find the tau wall shear stress? So this is about your delta. Now second thing, your wall shear stress is equal to mu into du by dy I to y is equal to 0. What's your mu? So if you go back and look into your this particular thing, they are telling that it's I'd say for a seventh law, that is one power seventh law profile, velocity profile. If you go back and see, so we have an equation. So we have this equation. If you go back and see, we have this equation where u by u infinity is given by, so this equation is there already. If you go back and see in the boundary layer equation, this is given by u by u infinity by delta. So where neta is equal to y by delta. So there is a transformation. So d by d neta into 2 neta by neta square at neta is equal to 0. So this equation already we have derived this in my boundary layer equations. If you look at it, this is for a 1/7 profile. So this is the equation what we have. Now what we have to do, we have to substitute all the values. Okay, we have to substitute all the values and try to get the value for it. Okay, so now what will be your wall shear stress for this condition is equal to your mu. So mu into actually what we have to put actually mu is nothing but your rho into your nu actually. So rho is 1.23 into your mu is 1.5 10 to the power of 5 because your nu is given by mu by rho. Okay, so that's what we are trying to do. Then divided by your delta, just now we got it is 8.17 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, then if you try to differentiate this particular thing, so what I'm going to get actually, this will be d by d neta is equal to 0. So d by neta is actually, this will be 2 neta to the power of 2 by 2. So it will be only neta square r. So if I put neta is equal to 0, so I'll be getting only the velocity. Okay, du by dy. Then this is neta square. Okay, if I try to differentiate the right hand side, it will be 2 neta square by 2 minus neta cube by 3. Okay, so I have, so neta is equal to 0 here. Okay, so the whole thing I have to substitute neta is equal to 0. So upper limit and for at the wall where your y is equal to, when neta is equal to 0 means your
Sir,
y is equal to 0. Yeah,
actually we are differentiating, no?
yeah,
Here,
we are
why are we
differentiating. Yeah, sorry, sorry,
differentiating?
oh, sorry. So this is actually 2 into
2 minus
differentiating.
2
Yes.
neta.
So it is 2 neta to the power of minus 1 divided by, so this will be 2 minus 1. So I'll end up with, so neta. So neta is equal to 0. I can take 2 outside. So 2 will come out. Okay, so 2, if I try to bring it out, so I'll be getting
1 minus neta.
plus 1 minus neta. That's it. So this is 1 minus neta. That's it. Okay. Now substitute for this. What is neta? Neta is equal to y by delta. So y we don't know the value. So y is actually, it's 0. Y is equal to 0. So what will happen? This quantity, this is will be 0. So I'll be getting only 2. So 2 into you have u infinity, no? You have u infinity. So that is also there. That is 15. So this will be 0. This will be tending to 0. So it will be only 1.2 into 1.5 10 to the power of minus 5 into 2 into 15 divided by 8.78 10 to the power of minus 3. So this will be a wall shear stress. So can you tell me the number?
0.06, sir.
0.06 Newton per
77.
meter square. So 677, na? Okay, fine. 0.067 means 68 we put. 0.068 Newton per meter. So this is if I consider only the laminar. Okay. Now, if it is purely turbulent, okay, if it is purely turbulent, your delta is going to change. Okay, that is as per 1/7 law. If I try to look at it, this particular thing is going to change. It's a purely a turbulent flow. Let me get that equation for a turbulent.
Sir, for
Delta.
pure turbulent, we can take the same value which we got before.
No. This, no. That is only for laminar. It is actually delta will be 3 point some change actually for a pure turbulent flow. 1 bit, yeah. 1 bit. As for a turbulent
No,
flow,
sir,
it
the
is.
value which we got 1 into 10 power 6.
No, that turbulent we can take it. So that particular Reynolds number we can take. I'm just looking at the delta formula. So delta will be, we have for the turbulent equation. Okay, for a turbulent flow, we have the delta equation. Let me take that equation. It is some 0.37 or something. Okay, for a turbulent flow, let me take that. So for a turbulent flow, then your Reynolds number will be 1 into 10 to the power of 6, which already we got it. Okay, then here the delta by x is given by this particular formula. So delta is equal to 0.37 x divided by RE to the power of 1/5. So this is the formula for your delta. Okay, for a turbulent flow. For a turbulent flow, this is the formula which you are supposed to use. That is 0.37 into x divided by RE to the power of 1/5. Okay, then tau wall is given by, for this is for a turbulent flow, tau wall is given by 0.0225 rho u infinity square into your nu divided by u infinity delta to the power of 1/4. Okay, so this is some formulas which has been obtained for this turbulent flow. So only thing is what we have to use, we have to use this RE is equal to 10 to the power of 6 and substitute over here and try to get it. Okay, try to get it. So let's find the delta here. So delta is equal to 0.37 into 1 divided by your RE is 1 into 10 to the power of 6 to the power of 1/5. So what is the value of delta? It should be much bigger than what we got it. It should be more than 8. So I should get around 20 or something. How much? 0.23 or something.
0.02, sir.
0.0?
0.023.
0.023.
0.023. Okay, so that is meters. So I can take it as 23 millimeters. Okay, then this is for the boundary layer thickness. So the wall shear stress, we use that formula, that is 0.025. So into rho is 1.23. So u infinity is 15 square. So what is your neta? So neta is 1.5 into 10 to the power of V actually, that is what is that formula? 1 minute. No, there is a change in this formula. 1 minute. This formula is given by that's correct. So nu by into the power of 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 5 10 to the power of minus 5 divided by 15 into delta is 0.023. Oh, fine. So the power of 1 by 4. So yeah, tell me what is the value of tau w? It should be around what we got in the previous thing. It should be 0.1 or 0.2, something like that.
0.561, sir.
0.56, eh?
Yes, sir.
567.
561.
Okay. 561. Okay. 561. We'll round up to 2 decimals. 56 Newton per meter square. So this is the value of delta, and this is the value of your wall shear stress. So for a laminar flow, and this is for a turbulent flow. So this is how you can calculate the value of it. Okay, fine. Let's try to look into one more problem. One more problem. Okay. The second problem, let me take it. A fluid flows over a flat plate. Fluid flows over a flat plate which is of 8 meter long and 3 meter wide. Okay. So the fluid flowing is water. If the fluid is considered as water with the properties rho is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube, and with a dynamic viscosity as mu is equal to 1.02 10 to the power of minus 3 Pascal second, or we can go with Newton meter per second, whatever it may be. So at a speed of 8 meters per second, the fluid is flowing at a speed of 8 meters per second. Okay, for the following cases. For the following cases. Okay. First, the boundary layer is turbulent over the entire surface of the plate. That is, the boundary, the layer is turbulent over the entire surface of the plate. This is the first condition. The second condition, if the transition takes place, if the transition takes place at 5 into 2 10 to the power of 5. So calculate the boundary layer thickness. Calculate the boundary layer thickness. Okay. Now, see, it's similar to the previous condition. The only thing is actually here, what you are supposed to find actually, maybe you have to find the delta here. You have to find the delta. First condition is if it is completely turbulent. See, for a, see what is they given? They are given the length of the plate. So the solution is So they are given the length of the plate, which is 8 meters, and width is 3 meters. So the fluid is water with density 1000 kg per meter cube, and mu is 1.02 10 to the power of minus 3 Pascal second, and your u infinity or u is equal to 8 meters per second. Okay, this is what they are given. So what you have to do, first one is, it is completely turbulent. Completely turbulent. The first thing you are supposed to find is the Reynolds number. Rex is equal to rho u x by mu. So rho is 1000 into your u is 8 meters per second into x is, it's for the entire length actually. It's for the entire length. So I have to take it as 8 meters. 8 meters divided by 1.02 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Just tell me what is the Reynolds number. So REL it is, because it is for the entire length. It is just 64. So 64,000 divided by, say 1,000 will get 64 by 1.02. How much it is? $62.7475 into 10 to the power of 6.
62.74 into
Yeah.
10 power
6. Okay. 62.74 or 75 into 10 to the power of 6, which is much greater than your threshold number of 5 into 10 to the power of 5, which is given already given in this particular thing. So for this, what is the delta? So delta is given by, for this actually, 0.37x divided by RE to the power of 1 by 5. So this will be 0.37 into 8 meters divided by 62.75 into 10 to the power of 6 whole to the power of 1 by 5. So this will be your boundary layer thickness.
zero point 0816.
0.0816 meters or 81.6 millimeter. This is for a purely turbulent. Now for the second case actually. So what is it actually? I need to find the laminar part as well as the turbulent part. Okay. First what I need to do actually? So I need to find the length, critical length. So RE critical. Okay. RE critical is equal to rho into U into X critical divided by mu. Okay. So they are given the critical this thing as 5 into 10 to the power of 5 is equal to 1000 into your velocity, they are given it as 8 into X critical divided by 1.02 into 10 to the power of 5. So I will be getting my critical number. What is the critical length?
Mm. 6.37 into 10 power 6, sir.
6.37
into 10 power 6.
10 to the power of 6. No, just check it. This is 7.02 10 to the power of minus 5. Sorry. Property, no, 1.0 10 to the power. So 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 5. It should be around 4, 5, 6 meters, something like that.
6.37 into 10 power minus 4.
6.37 into
10 power minus 4.
minus 4.
Yes, sir.
He said it will be very short distance. It will be very short distance. That is sure. See, because the fluid is flowing is purely turbulent. Actually, it is almost. So if I try to look at it, so I'll be having a very small distance for laminar, then I'll have a turbulent. That's how it is. So this distance will be very small, x critical. Okay. Now you try to find the delta. So your delta critical at this particular point is given by 5.48 into x critical divided by, okay, so divided by your RE to the power of half, I think, yeah, square root, yeah, square root of RE. So this is for your delta, this is for the laminar portion. Then for a turbulent portion, when you already, for the remaining turbulent thing actually, so delta will be 0.37 into, so 8 minus x critical divided by RE to the power of 1 by 5. So here you have to put RE critical, here you have to put RE the regular value, REL value. It won't change that much between that particular thing. Just put that and just get the, so this is for turbulent part and this will be for laminar part.
Sir, delta critical is 2 less 6.98 into 10 power
Yes,
minus
it will
4.
be. Yes, it will be less only. 5
6.98 into
point,
10 power minus 8.
so 6.37 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by your 5 into 10 to the power of 5 square root of it. How much is delta? It's very small. It will be very, very thin. How much?
6.98
0.0?
into 10. 6.98 into
98 into
10 power minus
10 to the
7.
power of. Okay, fine. It's a very, very small. Because this is a water, flowing fluid is a water. Because of this water, so the boundary layer thickness at that particular critical point is very less. So then try to find the delta for the turbulent thing. 0.37 into 8 minus 6.37 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by REL is how much? It is 62.75. 62.75 into 10 to the power of 6 whole to the power of 1 by 5. So this will be almost like around 0.07 or 0.08.
Sir, delta critical I am getting 4.9 into 10 power minus 6.
4.9 into 10 to the power of
Minus 6, sir.
4.9 into 10 to the power of minus 6. So it's very small. So that is sure. It is very, very small. But delta on the turbulent part will be around 0.07 or 0.08. You have to get it.
Sir, 0.0816.
Okay, fine. 0.08. Okay, 81. So it's very similar to what you got in the this thing. So here, only to show that, so when you have heavier fluid or something on a long plate and all at at 8 meters per second and all, so what you will be having is a turbulent flow. Maybe the laminar part will be very, very small. So the laminar part will be very, very small compared to your turbulent part. That's it. Okay. If you want, you can take one more problem. Try this. Maybe two more problems I can give. Okay, just make a note of it. A plate of 500 mm long. A plate of 500 mm long. I will write it. You can just take it as an homework and you can try at home. Okay. A plate of 500 mm long. Plate of 500 mm long and 2.5 meter wide and 2.5 meter wide. Moves in water at a speed of 15 meters per second. Moves in water at a speed of 15 meters per second. Estimate its drag if the transition takes place. If the transition takes place at 5 into 10 to the power of 5, at the Reynolds number of 5 into 10 to the power of 5, at the Reynolds number as 5 into 10 to the power of 5. Consider the plate to be smooth. Consider the plate to be smooth. Consider the plate to be very smooth. So take the properties of water as rho is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube and mu as 1.02 10 to the power of minus 3 Pascal second. Fine. How to find the your skin friction drag and all? Okay, so the average skin friction coefficient or whatever is there, it's given by CF is equal to 0.072. Okay, 0.072 RE to the power of minus 1.5, minus 1 by 5. RE to the power of minus 1 by 5 means actually it's 0.072 divided by RE to the power of 1 by 5. So this is where the average, the drag or average skin friction coefficient can be calculated for a turbulent case. So that's for a turbulent case.
Sir, for laminar case, what will be the formula?
Yeah, for a laminar case actually, I think we have in the earlier boundary layer equations we have taken it. It was around 0.03 or something. Just remember, it was 0.0374 or something. Just go back and look into that equations. Skin friction coefficient is given by this particular thing. Okay, fine.